This is great, though. How do you grieve the loss of someone without letting it overtake your life?
Okay. I don't know, Kevin. What do you think? Let me ponder that.
I've never had that experience of a loss overtaking, or the loss of a person overtaking my life. I've let loss of, like, hopes and dreams kind of overtake my life for a time. I think in part the answer is just kind of reminding myself or letting others remind me of who God is and what is in store for me. Mm-hmm. And so that helps kind of bring me back to reality.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I didn't have I already lost the thought.
No, that's good. Yeah, I would say, how do you not let it overtake you? It's only possible in, I think, once you discover that God is present and is life, then you, no matter how much death you're facing, you still get to live with the joy that there is life even in the midst of death. Charlotte used Bonhoeffer earlier. You know, that Bonhoeffer was a man in prison, eventually hung. He was a man who understood two things. Hitler's causing a lot of death. He was doing everything in his power in the church to fight against that, and yet he was arrested, put in prison, and yet he still had joy. Wasn't necessarily always happy, but he still had joy. And that's what I think God will provide. He won't guarantee your happiness in loss, but he will sustain your joy.
And I do want to come back to one thought, too. I think it's okay to be overtaken for a moment. Mm-hmm. Even for a time, because, I mean, that's just the nature of grief. Yeah. That being overtaken shows us how much we need God.
And what's interesting is the scriptures don't tell us to do it differently, really. The scriptures are pretty open about saying there's a time to grieve, there's a time to lament, there's a time to shake your fist and ask God why, and that's okay.